Hey there, and welcome to step number 5. We're now ready to talk about traffic, which is an extremely awesome topic. This is really where it really gets fun. So step 1, we got our software in place. Step 2, we uploaded the funnels to your account, your ClickFunnels account. Step 3, we customized everything, got it live. Last step in step 4, we integrated our email marketing software, build out our first several emails, at least in our email sequence. So that's all ready to go as people start to join our email newsletter. And now it's time to start driving traffic to the landing pages. Really, if we don't drive traffic, really nothing else happens, right? We don't have any people coming in, so the whole system can't kick into place. So this is a really important step, and this is a massive topic as well. We could spend hundreds and hundreds of hours training on this thing. So what I've done is broke it down, this short video, the short time we have to get together in this video, I've broken down to what I think are the real high level things that can help us start to build a few ads to get traffic going to our landing pages. Again, show you that this stuff's going to work, and then stress to you that you're going to be getting a weekly email from me with more training on this traffic area, because now that the funnels are in place, it's really a matter of let's find some different ways to drive traffic to additional landing pages. So I'm going to give you additional ideas and sort of the current things that are working as it relates to the traffic and landing page combos moving forward. So let's get you some basics here, get a few things going, get you some success, and then we'll continue to add upon that over the upcoming weeks as we move forward. Fair enough? All right, so before we jump into, I'm going to really focus my time on Facebook. Google AdWords is another thing that I use. It's very successful. It works really well. It's very different from Facebook, but we're going to spend our time talking about Facebook today. Before we go there, though, I wanted to show you a couple options that I've given you next to the step number 5 training video. Udemy, U-D-E-M-Y, is a platform that has a lot of different courses that experts in these different areas have built. They're extremely affordable. So typically I think they retail the courses for $200, but they sell them on Udemy for literally like $10. And they're, 10 to 20 hour courses on different topics, really, really good content, but extremely inexpensive. So I've put a really good one that is Facebook ads for real estate agents. That one, I think I paid $10. I went through it. It's amazing training. And there's another one as well that I've gone through. It's called Ultimate Google AdWords Course. This one is not specific to real estate. It talks about Google AdWords in a broader sense, but you'll be able to apply it to the real estate agent space. So those are two things that I would encourage you to go through. It's going to give you a much more detailed insight to this traffic topic. And again, Facebook and Google are two of the primary ones I use. So those are the two that I've focused on this Build Your Monopoly real estate agent lead system. So let's go ahead and go over to Facebook. I'm going to go to my account here. What you're going to want to do is there's a option in the left margin here called Ads Manager. Now, if it's your first time coming into Ads Manager, it's going to ask you to set up an account. So you're going to need to go through. It's going to actually ask you to put in your billing information. I'm not going to go through all of that. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to put it in. That's going to allow you to set up an account, an Ads Manager account with Facebook. Okay. Now, once that's been put into place, what I'm going to show you is there's a lot of different places we can start, but if you click on Ads Manager and come over here to Pixels, and again, there's a little bit of a process if it's the first time you've set up a pixel, and I'm going to talk about what it is and how it works and why it's such an amazing tool to have. But you're going to set up your pixel, and then once you've got your pixel, I think it asks you a few steps to say, hey, to set up your pixel. And then once it's created, it's gonna, on this page, you'll have David Dance's pixel. It'll be your name, obviously. Then you click over here on Details, and then Setup, and it's gonna give you a few options. What we're gonna wanna click is this Manually Install the Code Yourself. Okay, then down here in the number 2 area, we're going to copy. You just click on it and it'll copy it to your clipboard. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to our ClickFunnels account. So apologize while I log right back in here real quick. Browse our funnel, and we're going to go to our, we want to go to both our guide funnel and our property list funnel and any other real estate funnels that you have. But nice thing with ClickFunnels is you only have to copy the Facebook pixel into the account one time in the main settings area. So if I click on the guide funnel, then come up here to settings, and then you're going to come to the head tracking code area. Go ahead and paste your pixel right in there. And now it's going to be on all of the pages within this particular funnel. And we're going to want to do it for the other funnel as well, which is our property list funnel. Again, up to settings and paste. So we've now got our Facebook pixel. So David, what is the Facebook pixel? Good question. So what this allows us to do is anytime we start driving traffic to these pages within our funnels and somebody actually lands on that, because it's traffic coming from Facebook, what it does is it starts building an audience of anyone that comes to any of your pages within these funnels. Okay, so a good way for me to explain this is, let's go now to what I can do is I can build an audience based on the funnels that we have within ClickFunnels. Now, this will make sense as we go through it a little bit more. Let's go here to audiences. And what you're able to do is you're able to create a custom audience. So you click this create audience drop down and then custom audience. And then we want to do it with website traffic. Okay. Now, what you want to do is change it to people who visited a specific web page. And I like to change this time frame to the last 180 days. It just gives us a little bit broader window. And then if we come over here to ClickFunnels, and let's go to our opt-in page for the property list funnel, okay? And we're going to click this link right here and paste it in. So now what we've said is we want to create a custom audience. We're going to name it the Patio Homes in Weber, Davis counties. Now you're obviously going to name it whatever you want to name it based on whatever list it is that you're providing, property list you're providing. But what this is saying is Facebook is going to start building me an audience, a custom audience. Anyone that hits my opt-in page based on the traffic, the ads that I'm sending to them, and it's going to start building this audience for me. Okay, this is a custom audience. And the cool thing about this is to run ads to a custom audience is much cheaper than using the targeting that Facebook gives you. So the beauty of this is, so this is a Patio Homes landing page that I'm running, and I'm going to start driving traffic. These are people that are clicking onto my ad that says, hey, you want to get a list of all the patio homes in Weber and Davis County? And they click on that ad. They're obviously interested at some level in a patio home, right? Or at least seeing that information. So it's going to start dumping all these people that even just click to the opt-in page. So they're not actually putting in their name and email. They're just landing on the page. They may bail out, but I've already got them now in this custom audience because the pixel is on that opt-in page. Okay, so now let me show you what this means. I'm gonna click out of that so I don't actually create that audience in my account here. But if I come over here to my ads manager, this is one of my Facebook accounts here. We're gonna go to this account or this campaign that I ran for patio homes, single level homes. Okay, so it says Weber Davis County single level home buyers. Okay, I spent, guys, look how cool this is. I spent $8.19 on this, just testing it out. So it ran for, I think I did, I don't know, $5 a day for, it actually spilled into like, I think a third day, but anyway, it was sort of weird how I started the campaign. But I spent $8.19. Look how many people I got to. I had an impressions of 608, and 33 people that saw that actually clicked on my ad. So that equates to 25 cents a quarter for each link click that I had on this particular campaign. Okay, now if you compare that to sending out postcards, or how would you even go about getting patio home buyers coming to you in a way that's not online through technology or a social site, right? And even if you were able to do that, to do it for 25 cents a link click. So now, because I put the pixel on that site, on that landing page, I've now got 33 people as part of a custom audience that are people in Weber and Davis County, the areas I focus in as an agent, in a custom audience. I can now remarket to these people. And you can now change the advertising, right? It's like, hey, it sounds like you're interested in a patio home, you know, and have a different landing page or a different ad going to these people to further market to them. Okay, now it doesn't end there. The other thing that's really cool is once you've built, let's go here to our audiences. Once you've built a custom audience with the pixel and it labels them for you, so these are all custom audiences here. I've got one, I imported my personal newsletter. And what I then did with that, so that was a custom audience. Anyone that was part of my newsletter had their email address. I imported them and it created a custom audience for me on Facebook of these people. So now I don't just hit them with my email marketing. I can hit them with ads. These are people, my warm market. I can hit them with ads on Facebook as well. And in addition, you can create what's called a lookalike audience. Okay, now, as we went up here, we can create a lookalike audience. And what I did is I created a lookalike audience, people that look like people that are part of my newsletter of my personal business. Okay, pulls a big group of these lookalike people. And then what I can do as I use this, I can now market to this lookalike audience, people that look like people that are part of my warm market. And I can narrow it down based on location. So although it says 2.2 million people that fit that description of a lookalike to my custom audience, I can further narrow that down to, again, the counties that I work in and market to them, because they're going to be probably more likely to opt into my newsletter than, say, just cold traffic, because they look a little bit more like the people that are already part of my newsletter. Okay, so with this pixel, we're starting to create our own audiences of people that are going to be much warmer than just cold traffic that's out there as part of Facebook. But Facebook does allow you to get pretty narrow. So it's, when I say cold traffic on Facebook, yeah, it's cold, but it still has some targeting to it that's actually really cool, because Facebook knows a lot about us. All right, so let's go over to our ads manager. I'm going to show you what the targeting looked like for my single level homebuyer campaign that I did, so that you can take a look at this and we're able to let you see what this looked like, so that you're able to create something similar yourself. So what we want to do is we want to go to the ad set. The ad set is really the targeting. That's what it means when you see the ad set as it relates to Facebook. So let's go ahead and pull that open. I'm going to move myself to the other side here so you can see this. So what I've done is I gave myself a budget of $5 a day. That's where I'd encourage you to start off, $5 or $10 a day, so you can test it out for a few days and make sure that this campaign is going to work. And what I did is I narrowed it down by location. So I chose every city within these 2 counties that we focus in. And you can do it within a radius, but I actually said just the current city itself, because I didn't want to go outside of the cities that are part of because then it starts getting into other counties, and I just wanted to keep it really clean. So I just added all the cities for the targeting. I chose the age range of 40 to 65 plus. So I took out those that were younger than 40, because these are patio homes, single story homes. And in my area, that typically means somebody that's a little bit older, that's looking to downsize, that maybe has some physical limitations at this point because they're getting a little bit older, and they just want to have single level living, that patio home style home, and that's what they're looking for. I chose all genders, and the targeting that I used on this particular ad, and Facebook, you'll notice, is actually changing some of the things. You've seen probably this in the news, where there used to be a category called likely to move that's going away now. That was third-party data. Part of the trouble Facebook got in the last election was basically sharing too much information on people from different sources and things. So they're tightening that up a little bit. It's still very effective to use Facebook marketing. Don't let that fool you. There are still a lot of options. So instead of using likely to move, the targeting I'm now using is this house hunting, which is people who've expressed interest in pages that they're looking to, they're house hunting currently. I've also changed it over to those that have looked at Trulia or Zillow. So these are obviously indicators that people are looking to move, right? So they're in these cities, these ages, and they're showing these type of interests. They're house hunting, looking at Trulia, looking at Zillow. And I've also added some income qualifiers. These are also changing a little bit. This is where we go back to the change. Things are constantly changing in here, so you just need to stay up on the different ways that you can slice and dice the targeting. But really, for this particular one, really all we need to have is the house hunting, Trulia, and Zillow. And the fact that they're married was one that I added, and then they have some adult children. So they're getting, again, a little bit older. Their children are either adults or maybe are out of the home at this point. So they just need that, again, that single story living. It's not as important for them to have the bigger home, so they're downsizing. All right, so that was the targeting. And then I always like to exclude any type of real estate agent, realtor, broker titles from my targeting. I don't want other agents in my market targeted because they're obviously not going to use me, and I don't want them to see what I'm doing either in a lot of ways. So I take them out of my targeting. These are some of the different, you just type in real estate agent, real estate broker, you're going to start finding. I put in some of the bigger brokerages as well. So any of those that have employers that are Century 21, Coldwell, Keller Williams, I've excluded from this particular ad. I like to just run the Facebook feeds and limit it to that. Start getting into some of these other ones. I like seeing it in the feed. That's where I personally notice the ads, and so I just limit it to the Facebook feeds. You could obviously tweak that if you'd like, and I use link clicks. That's what I'm going for as far as my optimization for the ad. Okay, so that's sort of the targeting. Then let's go over here to the actual ad itself that I used. So the ad was just a single image ad, and Facebook allows you to use stock photography. It's really good stuff. I would just encourage you to use that. Don't spend time going and shooting your own photography for these. The stock photos work well, and you can just put the photo in there. The text for the ad was, need to move to a single-story home? We've compiled a list of every patio home for sale in both Weber and Davis counties. Click the photo to get access to this list and to get an updated list weekly. And then it has a learn more button. And down below it says, need to move to a single-story home? And I've obviously put in, this is where you need to put in the link. So let's go back to our ClickFunnels. We're going to copy the opt-in link for this particular funnel and paste it right here. So when they click on this, they're going to go to our ClickFunnels landing page, and they're going to see, hey, you want this free list of current homes for sale in these counties? Put in your name and email address. They click the button, builds up our email database, as well as sends them to our thank you page where they actually download the list. And then for this particular one, I put in the MLS a trigger so that they're getting a weekly updated list of the patio homes as well. So that's sort of what I promised them as part of this funnel. So it just sends them those updated patio homes. You could also send up a hot sheet in MLS. That's what it's called in my local market. But anytime there's a new patio home, or you can tweak some of the settings there as far as when they receive that. But that would be sort of what they get here. So that's really all it was for setting up this ad. So again, I've got my pixel. So although, you know, maybe only a handful of people actually put in their name and email, I've got all 33 people that hit the landing page in my custom audience based on my pixel. So I'm going to go ahead and start running this ad again I'm going to up the budget, get more people. If I can start getting 100, 200 people in this, with my pixel hitting my landing page, I can now remarket to all these people and start to really, I now know, hey, these are people looking, really good chance that they're looking for a patio home in these counties. How can we start to narrow in the marketing that we're doing and remarket to them, knowing that they hit my landing page already? Okay, so that would be for the patio homes marketing in Facebook. Now let's go over to our guide funnel, and I can show you some with this particular account, some guide stuff that I've done. So let's go back to our ads manager and show you what this could look like. So I've got a home seller's guide here. So this one I spent a total of $15 and got 8 links. So these link clicks cost me a little bit more, but I got to tell you, I was willing to pay a little bit more because who's clicking on a home seller's guide? If you're saying, hey, come get this free home seller's guide, those are pretty good leads that I want to have. And I'm totally willing to pay $2 for 8 people to click on that. I only spent $15 total and had 8 people click on my link. Okay, so that's a really good return in my estimate for getting a home seller's guide and getting that person into my custom audience with my pixel. So I come over here to my ad set. Let's take a look at what this targeting looked like for this particular campaign. So again, I just did $5 a day. My targeting here was, I did this one by zip code. So I chose some of my favorite zip codes within the counties that I work in. I excluded those that are a little bit further, maybe on the outskirts of counties that we don't play in as much, or in areas that are not areas that we focus in within the counties. So I just chose those counties. The age frame that I did for this particular one was ages 30 to 50. So those are just the ages that I personally like to work with a little bit more. No offense to anyone outside of that, but a lot of this is fun because you get to play with, hey, who's my ideal customer? Who do I really like to work with? And you start using the targeting that way. So I said, hey, let's pick people 30 to 50. And then again, I excluded all of the real estate agent, real estate broker, realtor type titles. And then the only really other thing that I used was those that are homeowners, okay? Currently homeowners. So because again, this is a seller's guide, so they have to own a home to be able to sell the home, right? So I chose that targeting. And then again, I just did the Facebook feeds. Again, I just did optimize for link clicks. So that was the targeting. Now, if we go back over to the actual ad itself, again, I just did a single image ad. This was a really cool stock photo that I used in Facebook. And the text on this one for the ad was, want to get the most amount of money selling your home? Download our free home seller's guide below for tips to attract motivated and qualified buyers in the least amount of time. And the title down here was download our free home seller's guide. And instead of having a learn more button, you have the ability to change it to a download button, which I did. Okay. And then the only other thing you need to do again is we go back to ClickFunnels. We want this opt-in page for our guide funnel. So we're going to copy that and paste it in right here to the website URL. So when they click on this ad, it's going to take them to the landing page. Anyone that hits that page, guys, is going into that custom audience as long as we put the pixel in our settings in ClickFunnels and then created the custom audience beforehand in this area of the ads manager. Just go over here to the audiences and create that custom audience. So guys, I know this video went a little long as well. You can see there's a lot to the traffic, but just starting small with these 2 campaigns, these are 2 that are successful for me. I know you can see success with it, short of an absolute guarantee. You saw the numbers that I showed you. I just did a couple tests here to show you as part of this video training that you spend a very small amount of money and you're starting to get links, link clicks, as well as people that are actually giving you their name and email address that's adding to your email marketing as well. So guys, that is step 5. So now you're able to go over to Facebook, create your ad account, set up this targeting just like we did with you. Make sure you do your pixel. This is a huge piece. Get that pixel in place, add it to ClickFunnels so that and create a custom audience here based on whatever your landing page is. And you're now able to start sending traffic to your landing pages. And this is where it really starts to kick in. Now, before I end the video that's already long here, I did want to show you one quick thing. So I told you that this particular guide funnel can be a guide for any type of guide. So let's say we want to have a buyer's guide and you're like, well, Dave, how do I do that? I only got this one funnel you gave me. Good question. Let's go up here to settings. And right here in the middle, you'll see in this blue box, share this funnel URL. What you can do is you can copy this funnel URL and just simply paste it into a new browser here. And what it's going to do, I've sort of maxed out my number of funnels that I can have here. At this point, you can have 20 with the basic ClickFunnels account. But what it would do is it would actually upload to your account again a copy basically of this guide funnel that we already have. So what you would now see is you browse in your shared funnels section, you'd see another copy of guide funnel. You can actually see it right here. So what we could do is you can go into this guide funnel and start editing it. And I would call it something, I'd maybe change the name of these. So the other one would be seller's guide funnel. And you could come in here and change the wording and all of the information, the video, the PDF that you attach on the landing page to a buyer's guide. Now you've got a seller's funnel and a buyer's funnel. And you could duplicate that a few times for a credit repair funnel and for a first-time home buyer's funnel, a financing options funnel guide. And you now have several different guides. And you could do the same thing as well for your property listings funnels, okay? You could just get your share funnel, copy it to yourself, just make a little tweak. So you've already got the foundations. We know it's going to be fairly similar. The guts of it are all intact. But maybe instead of doing patio homes, you want to now do homes over $500,000. And you have a campaign that you're going to run through Facebook to those level of homes, okay? So guys, that is step number 5. You now have everything you need to start running traffic to landing pages that are already built, to email marketing software that's already in place with email sequences ready to go, and thank you pages ready to deliver the freebies that you've offered to people. So this whole system, guys, is done for you. It's in place. It's ready to go. So that is all we have for this step number 5. I will see you back for step number 6, which is really going to tie it up all together and give you some options for the ongoing support. Thanks, everyone.